but also for your legacy? Is it possible for you to be the best and be the greatest without beating him?
That's someone else's opinion, to be honest.
Tom Aspinall isn't backing down. In several interviews, he completely shut down any talk of fighting Jon Jones, claiming it's not even on the table.
I mean, as of right now, the champion is Tom Aspinall, but we'll see who's the champion at the end of the year. And I feel like it'd be only fitting to have an American guy fight for the championship that night.
As Jon Jones teases a comeback from retirement, talks of a potential clash have been heaving up, with Jones wanting to fight the current champion during the White House UFC event. However, for Jones, it won't come easily. Let's break down the details and why it's unlikely for Jones to fight Aspinall.
I kind of agree with you. At the end of the day, with the legacy that he's had and what he's done in the sport, he has the right to make a decision for himself. Personally, as a fight fan, I just wish that he'd done it a little bit earlier, so therefore we wouldn't have had that narrative over the last 12 months.
In an interview on One-on-One with Adam Catterall, the heavyweight champion Tom Aspinall expressed his desire to beat every fighter in the UFC heavyweight top 10, sharing his ambition to dominate the heavyweight division.
Are you talking 3? Are you talking 4? In the next 12 months?
I'd like to do 4.
In the next 12 months?
I'd like to do 4, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how realistic that is because, see, the heavyweights are a little bit different. First of all, there's not as many of us, especially if you look at the top 10 now. I've beaten 6 of them now. My goal is to beat 10 in the top 10.
Tom Aspinall also expressed his relief about the Jon Jones versus Aspinall saga ending. He admits that while being crowned undisputed heavyweight champion felt good, he would have preferred to take the belt directly from Jon Jones.
And I don't know, I didn't really feel, I was more just relieved, right, that's done, I can fight again. To be honest, that's all I really wanted to do. Don't get me wrong, it is nice to be undisputed champion. I would have rather took it from Jon Jones, the undisputed champion, though.
Moving on, in the Ariel Helwani show, heavyweight champion Tom Aspinall talks about his future and possible opponents. Aspinall called out Gane as the fighter that's been on his radar, and explicitly named him among his preferred opponents.
By the way, I asked you about the time frame. If it was up to you, and don't just say anyone.
Oh yeah.
Who are you fighting?
You know, I know you said don't just say anybody, but I'm honestly
Come on, Tom!
I'm an easy guy. I'm an easy guy to get to fight somebody.
There's the history.
He then elaborated on his preference, mentioning that Gane, Almeida, and others in the top 10 were on his radar. This has made the fans excited, as the heavyweight decision seems to be on track after the Jon Jones saga.
There's Cyril or Jalton.
It's the biggest history. Oh, we can do Volkov too.
Volkov,
but
yeah.
That's a bit weird because he's coming off a loss.
Yeah.
Which I actually did think he won, to be fair.
It's Almeida. Almeida's actually, fair play to him. He's been pushing.
In another interview, UFC legend Tom Aspinall speaks exclusively with Charlotte Day of the Daily Mail to clarify that a fight announcement is imminent, putting an end to months of frustration caused by what he calls politics outside of the cage.
Why do you think the top guys are so reluctant to fight at the moment? Do you think it's fear? Do you think it's strategy? Or do you think it's the system just giving them reasons not to?
Probably all 3, I would imagine. There's a lot of there are a lot of politics involved, unfortunately, but that is the nature of the elite sport.
Charlotte further dug in, as she had heard he had some concerns about Jon Jones. However, despite talk of a prospective clash with Jon Jones, Aspinall dismissed concerns that such a confrontation would never occur or have an impact on his own legacy.
But if he never steps into the cage with you and you two never fight, what do you think that does for his legacy, but also for your legacy? Is it possible for you to be the best and be the greatest without beating him?
That's someone else's opinion, to be honest. It doesn't really matter to me.
However, Jones says that he's returned from retirement and has re-entered the drug testing pool, implying that he will resume active competition. Many people think his sudden retirement was caused by a controversial hit-and-run incident. Now, with those legal issues seemingly behind him, Jones appears ready to step back into the chaos.
Hey, so they've announced this White House UFC fight. What do you think about that?
I think it's exciting. Very exciting.
Can we expect to see you on the card?
I can't promise anyone anything, but I have a very strong feeling that I'll be.
When asked who he would face in the future, Jones hinted at the current champion, meaning a possible fight with Aspinall.
But who would you take on? Who would be your dream opponent?
I would want to take on whoever's holding the belt at the end of the year.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Any possible names you think?
But, no, I mean, as of right now, the champion is Jon Aspinall, but we'll see who's the champion at the end of the year.
But it's not going to be easy for Jones. Dana White shut down the idea of a Jon Jones-headed White House event in 2026 following the Dynamite UFC 318 PPV on July 19th. The UFC boss was flung into the headlines once again earlier in the month, after President Donald Trump remarked that America 250 would celebrate with the UFC event on the White House lawn. With this news, controversial names like Conor McGregor and Jon Jones announced their unretirement, with plans to fight on the card. White shut down the latter on the possibilities of being on the main event.
Jon Jones says he wants to be on there too, and he says he would fight whoever the champion is at that time. But would you be okay with him coming back and potentially winning that belt again? And you might have to go through.
Well, it's not even about him winning the belt. I mean, you know how I felt about him. I can't risk putting him in big positions in a big spot and have something go wrong.
In the 2025 ESPYs Red Carpet Show, Jon Jones discussed why he came out of retirement and why he sees the White House fight as a big event.
Donald Trump mentioned that he wanted to have a fight at the White House Garden, and that just seems like such a huge opportunity. I'm a very proud American. I have a lot of close friends that are in the military, and this is my act of I can't call it service, but just to be able to entertain the country and the world at this level at the White House, it just means the world.
But what do you think? Should Jones participate in that event? For Chael, it's different. On his Good Guy, Bad Guy podcast, Chael Sonnen discussed Jon Jones' retirement and his possible return to the sport. He further went deeply into Jon Jones' re-entering the UFC anti-doping program.
Retirement is not just a word, not in this industry. It is in many others. It's a word that you can throw out, meaning I used to do something, I don't do it anymore. In this industry, it is a legal term, and it has legal implications specifically as it pertains to our testing.
Sonnen, on his podcast, addressed the situation, noting that Jones' return to the testing pool, which happened just weeks after his initial retirement, signaled a likely return to fighting.
And to retire is as simple as saying it to the world. I'm retired. I tell you that because for Jon to re-enter, according to the rules, since he is a past failed test, he would need 180 days back in the pool. And that's a very big deal. That's not something somebody's just going to throw out.
For Bisping, it's not different. Hall of Famer Michael Bisping is thrilled with the idea of the UFC holding an event at the White House. In his podcast, Bisping built his fantasy card for what he would simply call UFC White House or UFC America, instead of a numbered pay-per-view. His fight card includes 2 title fights, along with returns of major UFC stars Conor McGregor and Jon Jones.
Let's say it goes to the 3rd, 4th, 5th round, even if it goes to a decision, okay? That's going to have Jon Jones thinking, hold on a minute, I can beat this guy. And if there's one fight, and if there's one location that Jon Jones would come out of retirement for, we might just get to see the greatest heavyweight.
In general, Jones versus Aspinall would be his dream match.
I think Jones would come out of retirement, and that would be the main event at the White House. Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall, England versus USA.
As the White House sets the stage, a clash of titans possibly looms. Aspinall versus Jones. Will the fight happen? What's the future of the heavyweight division? Share your thoughts in the comments below.